People are quiet tonight. Oh, excuse me. Just so quiet tonight. Alright, what are we going to use tonight? Cool. Alright. Just quiet people tonight. What is this again? Oh, it's AmbroZ1a. Yo, thanks, much appreciated. Good evening, everybody. Gotta remember, Fleet comes activated. Need to remember that. Because the last time I did this, I totally forgot. Let's go straight tree pole. Or not. Probably shouldn't be checking this in this mode, because it's very, very, very unlikely that it's needed. Like, that would have to be mitts or hammer or something like that for that to actually be in play. Let's grab those. Yeah, it's good to, once again, haven't played all week, and, I have a match to play tomorrow, so... Need to shake the cobwebs off just a hair. Actually, we play exactly this in exactly 24 hours. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock tomorrow night, so... And it'll be a shit mode for sure. Well, you know, I need to check and see what his last match was. Because if his last match was the same, then we know what we can't get. That's still stupidly in play. And we don't have to find a arrow shop today. Which is awesome. I feel like I'm missing inputs. With silvers, you don't need to find the wooden arrows. You don't have to buy them, which is fantastic. Don't have to worry about money in the early game. That's good. Also, don't have to worry about bombs in the early game, which is also good. What B is that? That's Super B. So we can get $100 from that. That's a buzz. I didn't go too far, did I? Okay, good. Alright, and a glove. Yay! Free monies! So, hope everybody enjoyed their week up until now. We've reached Friday Eve. Friday Eve is always great. Not thrilled about that. Wow, that's a lot of bomb drops early on. We're gonna be struggling to find those. We're gonna be struggling to find those later. Should we do this blind? We really didn't find anything coming out of here. What did we find, actually? Just the glove and the lamp? So, I think it's fun to do this. Yo, clear mouse. Appreciate it. You know what? I'll grab this. Oh my god, that steak tonight was so good. Actually, you know what? The potatoes that I made with those steaks were just as good. I was surprised. This is the first time I've done that recipe. And, yeah, they turned out really good. They need just a hit more seasoning before the baking process. The post-seasoning was perfect. So, thanks, Morgan. Appreciate it. We're just gonna shake a little rust off before tomorrow, because we haven't raced all week, so kind of knew that was gonna happen. I had too much shit to do this week. Wasting a key probably is not the best thing in the world there. No, so pre-seasoning and post-seasoning is because of the cooking process on this one. Because you finish it... Okay, so you take... I took 2 giant potatoes, the biggest fucking potatoes in the world. Cut them up, cut them up in even pieces. De-starched them for an hour. So just put them in cold water for an hour, just let them soak. It takes some of the starch out, which makes it a little bit better when you bake them, because it takes a little bit of that starchiness out. So you soak it for an hour, drain the water, use paper towel to kind of towel dry them, just because you don't want any water on there, because the next step is covering in olive oil, and obviously you don't want any water on there because it's not going to mix. So you dry them off with a paper towel, put them in a bowl, put olive oil in, mix it up really well so that everything is covered. Then go salt, pepper, garlic powder, Italian seasoning. Mix that up. And that's where I think I was maybe a little bit light on the salt and the pepper. Maybe just need a hair more. Mix it up. Put on parchment paper in the oven for 30 minutes. It was about 25-30 minutes at 400 degrees. When it's done, take it out, put it back into a bowl, and then put melted butter on it. So then you mix in melted butter and Parmesan cheese. That's the post seasoning, and then mix it all up. That's the whole recipe. Yeah, except they're baked potato bites, which are just, man, it's fantastic. I really enjoyed that. I will definitely do that again and soon. The only problem was I didn't make enough. Like, that was the only problem, is that I didn't make enough. So, but yeah. No, it's gonna miss. So yeah, I will definitely do that again, and I'll get that recipe perfected. Go for this one. So this is AmbroZ1a, which is another Boyne child. So it is an 8 out of 10 Triforce hunt, but every boss drops a Triforce piece. So it's basically just beat 8 dungeons and then finish. Unfortunately, no GT is required on this one because we don't have a way to get it in there. We don't have a way to effectively get GT in to make it, to make it worthwhile with the chips. So that's effectively the whole goal. So it's basically pick your 8 dungeons when you can. Oh god, don't die either. Fucking crabs here. Fucking crabs. Jesus, Crab City, man. But yeah, that's basically it. So just 8 dungeons, finish the game. And Green Pendant always has boots, and the flute is always pre-activated. And as you can see, it's basically everything retro is turned on, except for the take enemies. And there are only 3 swords. Now, you do need a sword to finish. You always need a sword. And this is a mistake, I just realized. I just realized this is a mistake. I should not be doing it this way because I have a single bomb. Which means I'm going to drop this bomb, and then I'm going to buy more, I guess. Yeah, I mean, sure. Let's look this up. Desert and Hera. I guess it's possible. Watch, he'll drop bombs. So... Wow. Well, that was a hell of a cave. This is when I like going north. I don't know if it's a good... I'm less convinced this is a good play in a mode like this at this stage, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, we're still gonna do it. I don't like doing this without boots. Just because this is such a long walk. So yeah, we're sitting at 7 keys already. We're 11 minutes in and we have 7 fucking keys. And I like marking them down. No. In fact, I haven't looked. I guess I could look. Actually, let's look. Let's take a peek. Pennant. Okay, so it's ice. Ow. Ow. That's me taking damage while marking shit down. Well, I might actually... Taking 2 hits there was kind of a big deal. And yes, I apologize if I cough in people's faces. I still got that shit in my throat. I'm glad I have that blue mail, otherwise I'd have been dead like 3 times over. Actually, not the worst thing in the world to get there. So, I guess we do this and then we just go do Thieves Town. I'm really curious on... Does it make sense? No. Yeah, that didn't... I mean, I got $100 and a heart, but that was definitely not worth the time. I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to do escape here. Couple of reasons I want to do escape here. We still don't have a lot. Now, Thieves Town is generally not that complex. We have Camp Burna. If we want to use Burna, we can do that. I'm not too concerned about it. But it is... Everything except the map is live here, so... There are 5 items sitting here. There's a good chance we're going to need 1. We're still early enough without a lot of items. And, that $5 will definitely be important. And I'm going to mark a few keys off that I know we will not need under any circumstance. I like marking keys when I'm done using them. Because that way I can look at my key count, and when I know which dungeons I need, I can determine how many keys I have to buy. It's especially good for dungeons like... it's good for dungeons like Swamp when you can just skip keys. $10 right now. So map is still out there. Yeah, we try. I will say this one. I can't take much credit for this mode. This one's 99% of this was on Boyan. We tweaked it a little bit and made it just... We refined it just a little bit based off of feedback, but... It's just... You put a Triforce on Lumberjack. You know, we never thought of that. I think the issue... Well, I mean, it's... It's not a bad idea. Because it's about as long as a standard dungeon. I was hoping not to have to do that. It's about as long as a standard dungeon. You might not need mitts. The question is, then do you go to 9? Is it 9 of 11, or do you stay at 8 of 11? Because you might not need mitts, you might not need a sword. Like, you could actually... Oh, no, never mind. You still need a sword. You gotta cut the curtain. Never mind. My bad. You still need a sword. You gotta cut the curtain down. Yeah, 8. I mean, you would probably still stay at 8. It would just replace a different one. That's interesting, because it actually wouldn't be available in that many seeds. And I say that because most of these end with fighter sword. Because you're stuck on 3 swords. You would still need... Like, that's interesting. I didn't think about that. That never came up in discussion, and that was never... That's interesting. That's an interesting... It would speed it up. Like, on average, your time would go up. Because you would often do that as, like, your 8th dungeon. Like, you would know, well, I can do these 7, and then I can just finish at Aga Tower. Especially because you can also route that in with the boots decision, because you're going to need the boots to finish. Which means you would also have to have had done the green pendant. That's interesting. That's an interesting thought. Like, I wish that we could still find a way to sneak... GT into it. Like, I wish there was a way to force GT, but it just doesn't exist. That is interesting, though. I'm really thinking about that. That is an interesting... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I think that is... I think it's still in the spirit of what the mode wants to be. Don't think we retcon that like we did with Keys and Gold Rush. But... let me think about that. Yeah, and again, we're, as far as we're aware, there is talk about adding, you know, that ability for the additional goals in, you know, in the next, Jesus Christ, in the next launch, which would give us the, again, we talked about this, it would give us the ability to do, I guess we just take a death warp here. But yeah, if we could add, you know, GT to it, it would just be that much better. Because then it would be more true to the thing is with adding Ganon is you would have a shit ton of sword modes. where you would have to hunt down the sword for a Master Sword to win it. I think if we did something like that, we would add, like... We would have to add the 4th sword some way. Either it be in a Take Any or put it on pedestal, something like that. I feel like we would have to add the 4th sword. Because there would be a lot of do 8 dungeons, and because swords are just less likely to find, you would have more sword mode situations. So I guess, yeah, I mean, again, we've already kind of tweaked things a little bit. We know that, you know, hearts are limited in this. As you notice, there's no heart pieces. You know, we added as many heart containers as we could. Technology doesn't let us add all 16. It gets stopped at 13. Or 14. Sorry, 14. Because it's 10 plus 1. That's a good question. That's a really good question. I never even considered it. But I like the idea. I like the idea. I think it's probably... Here's the thing. This is going to go into grab bag next season. Without a doubt. I mean, we know it's going to go to grab bag. We probably won't change it. But, you know, in 6 years when V32 comes out... when V32 finally does come out, if we have the ability to tweak it then, we will. Because it probably won't go back in the rotation. I doubt this will go back in the general rotation between now and then. So that would be the situation where we could go and, you know, tweak the modes to improve them. And then, yeah, we could add that as the 11th dungeon. And if we had the ability for GT, I think that plays off a lot better. And then we just got to figure out what to do with the 4th sword. We would have to add the 4th sword in there. I think we'd be staying close enough to the original. You fucker. Wow, I'm sucking. The new version. The next version. So it's what VTorp has been working on it for what seems like 2-3 years. But it's going to be the next rando revision where they're making a... Oh my god. I'm taking tons of damage tonight. They're going to be making a bunch of little changes to the logic. Okay. I'm going to die. I'm not paying a lot of attention to what I'm doing tonight. Apparently, I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to anything tonight. Because, yeah. But, yeah, I don't think we would change it just because there's not enough to change. But, oh god. Now, here's the question. I don't need to go back up into the attic, and I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to take the risk that that's not the item that we're looking for. There's only one item left in here, because the last one's on the boss. So... we're going to risk it. So, the changes more or less... There's probably not a lot of changes... there's probably not a lot of changes to, like... Most people won't notice a difference. What they're changing is the way the logic is being written. And it gives them a lot more flexibility in how they can do things. So they're changing the logic of how, like, the seeding occurs. And stuff like that. You fuckers, I swear to shit, I'm just getting hit by everything today. And now we're at a 50-50, and we're gonna have to burn a key for this. Like, this is actually dangerous. So, yeah, there won't be much, but, like, one of the things that they're talking about making a change for is changing goal requirements. So like GT requirements instead of being 0 to 7 crystals, like in this case, it could also be 8 Triforce pieces opens up GT. Which would fit this mode perfectly because of what it represents. So seriously? Fucking seriously? I am horrible tonight. I better get this out of my system. I can't be doing like this tomorrow. Jesus. I'm playing horribly. Yeah, I know. I just don't want to burn it. There's no reason to burn it there. And you gotta wonder, when he twirled, what was it? Yeah, you're usually down items, because, I mean, as soon as you can go mode shit, you generally just go mode shit. Because, again, you only need one sword to actually finish the seed. So a lot of low output shit. At least you're finding a decent amount of heart containers. Do we want to... Yeah, let's do this. Let's just get this one check out of the way. It's right here. So yeah, we'll just go around to get the last checks, the last few checks here. I don't know if I should check the flipper spots or just go up to Death Mountain. I think we'll just go up to Death Mountain. I suspect we'll just go to Death Mountain. Like, flipper spots are slightly higher on the list when we can because of ice. So as soon as we can do ice, we'll probably just do ice because it's a green pendant that gives us our boots. That being said, if it takes forever to get there, it's not worth it. Like, if we have a choice between ice and swamp or whatever just for go mode to finish, we're not going to prioritize it. Like, if it doesn't apply in this case, but... Well, actually, it could. Let's say it's Fire Rod Go. We'll do the dungeon, but we won't even turn it in. And I just skipped race game. I'm not paying attention. My mind is apparently elsewhere. God, we can't skip that. It's going to set us back a few seconds because we're going to have to do 2 extra transitions on the walk. But I'm not skipping that because it's isolated. It's 100% isolated, so... But yeah, I mean, if we can do ice now, then we'll do ice now. But if it's ice with nothing else to do, again, we'll do it. We won't turn to boots. Not unless, like, the last thing we do is Easter or pot or whatever. Then we'll do it just to do it. Because that will speed up at least a few seconds. Gotta be one of the long ones here. Alright, let's just go up to Death Mountain. So, yeah, well, I mean, we'll obviously do the Death Mountain check, which is the biggest collection of items currently out there. Like I said, we're in a kind of in a pickle right now because we've not executed at all. Literally all. It's garbage. Guess my brain's just not in it tonight. That's what it is. Oh, yeah. The invitationals have worked out great. I mean, we've, they've been a hit. Obviously, because people get prizes out of them, too. Jesus Christ! Fuck! Come on! My God, what the fuck? But yeah, no, they've been nice ways of doing things a little bit differently than we do them. We do them we've been doing every other season, and, you know, we've had, all three have been great in regards to what they've been. We've talked about, you know, obviously we'll continue doing them. I'm not grabbing that. We were actually just talking about these the other day. We're not 100% sure there's going to be one next season. We've been alternating seasons for a little bit now, for the last, like, what, 5-6 seasons? We're not 100% sure the next one's going to happen. For a couple of reasons. We're talking right now about what we're going to do for modes next season. And it's like, we don't know what we're going to do next season yet. Usually we're pretty... You know, we're pretty well on top of things when it comes to, you know, when it comes to what we're going to do and when we're going to do it. We're usually pretty far in advance. We're way behind on this one for this season, and it's just, we just haven't. So yeah, we're just not 100% sure. We had a couple of ideas, but when we tried to balance it, it didn't feel like it was going to work very well. Yo, Dread. Yo, dude, what is that? 56. I can't even count that high, dude. 56 months. Could I get somebody in chat to drop me a considerable number of bonks? That would be what? 4 mega bonks and 8 regular bonks. If I could get somebody to do that for me, please, it would be much appreciated. Fuck, last time in the basement. We'll do it. I don't think we're gonna skip that here. But many thanks to you, sir. You're enjoying your evening. But anyway, yeah. So we just don't know what we're gonna do next season. That is exactly 56 more bonks than we've got right now. There was one idea I floated out there just a couple of days ago that I would need to hash out. Just because it's I feel like it's something that could backfire. So it's something that we need to sit and talk about it to figure out, because, you know, we're with the rotation that we have right now, we have anywhere between 2 and 3 modes every season that we can rotate. And I don't mind rotating, you know, older modes back in. We've done that before. Like, I don't mind that at all. It's perfectly reasonable to do that. But I always like having, you know, something in there, something different. you know, in there each one. So, but yeah, so yeah, that's the. We'll figure it out. Again, I don't know what we're going to do next season, if we're going to throw an invitational in, because if we're going to throw an invitational in, that's going to probably take up 2 spots. Because I think the what we did this last season with 100 races over 2 slots worked out very, very well. We're probably not even going to change anything if we do it that way, because it worked out very, very, you know, very, very well. Interesting. Oh, you know, I never really thought about this, but book locking something is really bad in this mode. I mean, I guess book locking something that way is really bad in this mode. But yeah, we really only have the one idea right now. We're gonna keep the 4 evergreen modes in there. You know, open. I guess it's 5 now. Wait, it's 5, so we only have 2. My bad. I forgot about that. We filled one of those spots with grab bags. So, fuck you, man. So yeah, we only have to come up with 2. I don't know. The thing that I originally wanted to do, and I guess I could talk about it, because it's probably not going to happen, because I couldn't find a way to balance it, is, you know, the Retrance Invitational was a big hit. Oh, no, Cross Keys is, like, the 2nd most popular mode. As it stands, if you look at the numbers just for the last 2 seasons, it is the 2nd most popular mode. We'll never get rid of that. Well, okay. I say that. Now let me finish what I was going to say on what we were thinking about. Still got this fucking cough. So, the Retrance Invitation was a big hit. I mean, that went off really well. And I wouldn't mind doing another Entrance Invitational. I wouldn't mind. But I wouldn't do Cross Keys. And I don't want to do Retrance again. Like, I wouldn't do just Retrance again. That seems lame. Just repeating the same mode. So what we were thinking about was doing a kind of a conglomeration of the entrance modes. So we have Cross Keys, we have Retrance, and we have inverted Cross Keys right now. Those are the 3 modes that we've used entrance style. Now there's not really a 4th mode. Like, yeah, there's restricted and stuff like that, but those are basically just worse versions of Cross Keys. So it would just come down to those 3. And we were wondering if we could find a way to do a grab bag style entrance where you would get one of those 3. So you would need to know all 3 modes. The tricky one is inverted Cross Keys, because it's just enough different that it could make a significant. It's tough to balance, let's put it that way, because of that. So, like, we thought about it. I don't think it works in like, in theory, it's not bad, but in practice, I feel like it's flawed. Retrance and Cross Keys are close enough where that is not really an issue, but adding inverted, you would almost want to, you need at least 3. This isn't locked. You need at least 3 to make that work. Otherwise, you just don't do it. You just pick one and you go with it. So, you would need at least 3. And I'm just concerned that inverted cross keys is just different enough that it wouldn't be effective. Plus, with a grab bag type mode, you know, you could join 3 of them and get one of the modes that you don't like, you know, each time, where... Shit, I just realized this. I don't have the fucking map, do I? This is the map. Where, like... the numbers are still out on that. The numbers are still out if it's, like, high... Like, if it's up there. Inverted cross keys is getting some traffic. Right now, casual boots is number 1, numbers-wise. It's casual boots, cross keys, and open. Those are 1, 2, and 3. I don't think casual boots is ever going to lose that spot. Like, I would be shocked if they did. Cross keys and open are really close. It was open for a while, and then cross keys kind of came up. So, yeah, it really... We're going to need to make a decision here in the next couple of weeks, probably, on what we're going to end up doing with this. And, like, I think that's, again, in theory, it makes sense, but I think in practice, it just isn't going to work. But yeah, that's kind of what we're thinking of. Now, I thought about using grab bag as well. There is a significant problem with balance when you're doing that many modes that are so very different. Especially when it comes to, like... I am so out of this. I forgot that we picked up that sword. I've been using my hammer the whole fucking time. I mean, just chat, which is good. I like chat. Yeah, I'm not really paying attention to the race. But yeah, there's too much variety in grab bag. Especially when it would come to, like, let's say in a groups or even final situation, you get, and again, I'm just gonna say this. Let's say that you get one game and it's Gold Rush, which Gold Rush is pretty basic. You know, it's a Triforce hunt. There's not a lot going on with it. And then game 2, it's Retros. I mean, that's about as unbalanced as you can get. So, yeah. At least with cross keys, retrants, and then potentially inverted cross keys, those are close enough. Like, let's put it this way. The one thing that gives this merit is inverted cross keys is closer to cross keys than, like, regular open inverted is to open. There's significant difference between open and inverted. There's not a lot of difference between inverted cross keys and cross keys, because you're already used to bunny walking. You're already getting access to the other side of the world when you wouldn't normally get there. That's the reason we were thinking about it in the first place. Oh, yeah. No, inverted cross keys definitely does have more bunny walking. Because there's just more items on Light World. So... Wow, we actually have Master Sword today. I'll be damned. So yeah, there's more bunny walking, but it's the same basic thing. You bunny walk in regular cross keys from time to time as well. The problem with inverted cross keys with bunny walking is you have access to less items early on compared to regular cross keys where you've got all of Kakariko and so many more entrances to go in. You just naturally find more things. So, but again, when you compare inverted cross keys to cross keys, it's fairly close. and instead of, again, doing, like, regular inverted open versus open. So that's the whole reason we were thinking about it in the first place, is that it's not that far-fetched. So probably should check 5 series here. Probably should check Pyramid Fairy. We also have 2 checks in Agate Tower. But I haven't even been to Sasha. But anyway, yeah, there's where our thoughts are right now and what we're going to be doing. We do have one mode that, again, I threw out there just the other day. I'm just afraid it's going to backfire if we do it, because it's going to be a very difficult mode. And I guarantee you it'll cut out the casual player. The casual player would not play it. And we still do have a significant number of casual players. So, yeah, I'm a little leery about doing that. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do this way. Well, we were thinking about doing something with expert difficulty. With expert item pool. And we're just... We would know in advance we're going to get a smaller player base for that. Because it's something we've never done. We've never introduced anything. We've done hard mode stuff, but we've never done, we've never done expert mode anything. Okay, but the reason people didn't like Champion Swordless was stupid. People were like, "Oh, give us Swordless, give us Swordless," and then they used the excuse, "Well, it's not good because you included MC Shuffle." Fuck that. Bullshit. This is, "Oh, give us Swordless, we gave you Swordless, and then you didn't play it." We even gave you silvers with the bow. We made it easier. So don't give me that MC Shuffle bullshit, didn't make it fun. So yeah. Yeah, I don't buy that shit at all. Well, I mean, yeah, it's... Considering you need silvers, that's nice. Considering you need silvers to get through that, I mean, it's, yeah, you're gonna... It's the whole reason why they did that. Like, I thought they did a good job. I thought they did a good job with that. I really do. And they just... They got the shat because people decided not to play it. That's actually the one reason we'll never do Swordless again. Actually, shit. You know what? We're just gonna go do Swamp. With that, we're just gonna go do Swamp. Let's not even fuck around with it. We can go do. We'll get the 7 out of Swamp. We'll also do. We can do Skullwoods at any time just to finish that off. So that's basically just a guaranteed chip. We'll just do that whenever. We're not rushed. There's only one item. The one item is the Triforce piece, so we got the rest out there. I mean, that'll likely just be Dungeon 8. But yeah, we'll never do Swordless again. Not after what happened last time. Yeah, but there are modes you need keys. I mean, we've talked about this. I mean, there are times that keys just make a mode better. The problem is when you do a key mode and you don't have enough. Like, we ran into that, to win with the main tournament. That was the main big discussion, and you need to mix keys with something else to make it good. Keys on its own just isn't good enough. Like, open keys is one of the worst things you could possibly play in a tournament scenario. Anything like heavy competitive, like we've had open keys on ladder, and you can play it competitively, but we understand that, you know, when it comes to ladder, it's not the same as a tournament scenario. Like, we would never run like an open keys like invitational. I mean, it's a bad mode to run in a tournament setting. It's a bad mode. There's way too many there's too much shit that can happen because you did things right. Well, I mean, fuck, that happened on my match against Killer App. The second match, which was inverted keys. I was rewarded because I didn't have information. Because our Go Mode item was on pendant Vidi. And I wouldn't have done that if I knew that it was pendant. I went blind because it was either going to be pendant, it was either going to be there or it was going to be desert. One of those was going to be the pendant, one of them was going to be the crystal. And I didn't know which was which, and I didn't have the desert big. The desert big was on pendant Vidi. So I went ahead and bull rushed it and just got it out of the way, and it worked. So yeah, I was rewarded for not having information, and that's why in a tournament setting you need to pair. Like, we all understand that doing inverted without keys is horrible. Inverted without keys is a miserable. It's fucking awful. You have to have keys. But at the same time, you almost have to have something like AD when you have keys. You have to even the playing field, otherwise people are going to get rewarded for playing badly. I will always go back to the Key Sanity tournament in my match versus Gem, because I was rewarded for routing it worse than Gem did. And that's just wrong. Back then there was, you know, it was progressive bows, and we needed a bow to finish. Or no, I'm sorry, it wasn't a bow, it was the GT Big. The GT Big was in Pendant Mire. And Gem had routed as good as you can route. And it was I had missed the bow. And so I dove Pendant Mire looking for the bow and found the GT Big, where Gem had routed as good as you could possibly route, minus the GT Big, and he ended up, how did I miss that? And he ended up going into GT without the GT Big. He full cleared GT and then ended up losing by like 5 or 6 minutes, so, because he was still way ahead. No answer. So yeah, that's the thing. When you talk about keys, you need something with it. Yeah, I mean, and that was I think, if I'm not mistaken, we don't have mitts, we're going back down. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that was the 5th and final qualifier. So back then, hey, Saf. Back in the day when we did that tournament, it was 5 weeks of qualifiers. If you 5-0'd, you got into the finals, and it was just 8. It ended up being, I'm sorry, it was 7. there were 7 5-0s. And then the 8th was... God, I have to do this. I don't want to do this. The 8th... I'm gonna flood the key intentionally here. The 8th week was... I'm sorry, the 5th week was... we were 3-1, and I knocked Gem out because of that. And then the 4-1s all played in a massive Battle Royale play-in game. That was the famous, I was wrecking. I was like 2 crystals ahead of everybody, but I skipped the Thieves Town Big Key. I made the gamble a week before the fucking match that I was going to skip the Eastern Palace Big Key chest, and I had the Thieves Town Big Key in it. I did it. That was the one thing I said well in advance. I'm going to do this to save a minute. Because it was like a 20-person Battle Royale. And I had the Thieves Town Big, and I lost. I was doing so well, too. I was just wrecking it. But yeah. So you just... It's a mixed bag of nuts. It's really a mixed bag of nuts. I do not know who that is. Interesting. Well, I guess we're going to go ahead and just do the one dungeon that we know we have to do eventually and get this done. We're running out of spots. Now, we haven't been to Pendant, or we haven't been to, we haven't been to Eastern or Pod yet. I've been kind of avoiding those. God, we have to go all the way around for this because we're having this. Oh, I've never, I don't follow. Playing like shit tonight. I really got to get this out of my system because can't afford to do it tomorrow. I have access to it because she has it, but she never got to the... So the story goes, I spent a day and a half, like 8 hours and like another 4 or 5 hours farming for that shiny Growlithe. And I didn't get one. I couldn't get one, and it was ridiculous. It's like I don't want to do this anymore. And then she said, well, she has one on the mobile the AR game, Pokemon Go. She has one, and in the Switch games, you can transfer from one to the other. So it's like, this is great. She can just do it. The problem is you have to get to the halfway point in the game to have the ability to do it, and she just didn't want to play it. So she couldn't get to the transfer station to do it. So she probably still has it. Just can't get access to it. What's funny is that, you know, it's only going to take... How long would it take to do that? To play through that game, like 3 or 4 hours? To get to that point, it wouldn't take long. It would take less time than I spent fucking farming for you know, for it the first time, for sure. So yes and no, but mostly no. Yeah, long story short. So, by the way, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to... Ped is likely not in play here, but the bow could be on the Ped, and I want to know that. Plus, I'll probably check radio while we're here. Oh, yeah, no, I hear you. It's just, it's a funny story. Like, it's a funny story about why. Wow. We're gonna get blown out here by Eastern and Pod. We're gonna get blown out here by Eastern and Pod. The only reason I'm checking this is just in case Bo happens to be here. Oh, shit! Oh, I wasn't thinking of the flute. I can't do ice. I don't have the, I don't have mitts yet. Interesting. Now, it's unlikely that is needed because... Oh, no, actually, it changed. It's not needed. You can't... I can already tell you it's not needed. Because in order to do that, we would have to do the other 3 dungeons. Oh, never mind. There is one scenario. If that bow is in Mire... If that bow is in the Mire area, we have to do one or the other. Shit. Oh, that's evil. Because Mitts gives us ice. But nothing else. Well, no, it probably gives us Turtle Rock as well. Which is Ped. Oh my god, is that actually a thing? Don't get COVID, people. It's been 2.5 weeks. I still have a fucking... this goddamn rattling cough. If that bow is down there, we have to do it. We just gotta find the mitts. Which probably gonna eat right there. Okay. Let's go do ice. I think we gain enough time with the boots now, but not much. But it's going to be on our list of things to do. Like, Ped's available to us right now. Wow. This is going to be interesting. You're going to be sore tomorrow, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I'm stiff from just sitting here.
She was out working outside a lot today.
In the dirt.
She was doing a bunch of work in the garden right when she got home, so she's a little sore.
I'm gonna need your help this weekend.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to go with me to get stuff.
Okay.
Because
I do have shit going on Saturday. We've got a tour. 3 streams that I need to be for.
Okay.
Are they open Sunday?
Of course they are.
Okay.
Lowe's, baby.
Oh, you want to go to Lowe's? I was thinking you wanted to go to the to that nursery or something.
I can do that after one of my chiropractic appointments.
Gotcha. Okay.
Before I go after my chiropractic, make sure I can set up. So we finish.
All right, babes. Yeah, we can go Sunday. Or even Saturday afternoon after we're done, because I think
That's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
One of them's in the morning, the other one's like 1 o'clock or 1:30, something like that. Yeah, like we'll be done by 3:30.
Love you.
I love you too, baby. Yeah, you sleep good. We'll see you in the morning. And I do race tomorrow night, but it's at 8. So, I mean, we'll be, whatever we decide to do for dinner, well, alright, baby, love you. Need the big key, please. That's the small key. Alright, we're gonna have to double back, which sucks. But we did it this way so that doubling back would be pretty easy. This big key's gonna be here. And then we gotta double back. Because again, we can't leave that behind. We're at the point where we're in bow mode. Like, we're in bow mode. We get the bow, we're done. Because then we can just finish. We don't... In fact, we won't even do T-Rock at that point. So, like, if the bow happens to be in this chest, we're done. But yeah, this is interesting. That's our last... no, the Sank Heart is still out there. I think the Sank Heart is still out there. My quick swapping tonight has been abysmal. Like, overall, this has been just a god-awful effort. So here's my dilemma. We're missing a bow. The choices here are... Like, we're gonna pick up the, we're about to pick up the boots. We will go and grab the boots here in a second. We'll go pick those up. We're gonna save, the dilemma is, do we just go to T-Rock and do T-Rock and the 6 checks? Or do we actually look for the bow and Easterner pod? I mean, it's pretty obvious we should do that, but we're going to be standing right next to fucking Easter. Which is why I'm, like, kind of torn on this. But I think it's... The correct play is probably still just to save right here. And just do Death Mountain. You know, the majority of the checks left in the game are on Death Mountain, so... Also, we have to time this. Remember, to play the bonk game, 15 minutes of boots. We need 15 minutes of boots. And if we find the bow real fast, I don't think we're going to get 15 minutes. So it's 109.25? Was that 109.25? I believe 109.25. Which means we need to get to 124. Or 25. This will be really interesting, by the way, if Turtle Rock is Quake. Because that means the book is required, and the book was in Hera Basement. So this will be a really interesting check to see what pendant this is. Or medallion, not pendant. And remember, this does open up the pedestal, which does give us our flute, which does open up the mire area. And I think if we're doing it to this extent, we probably will do that. Like, we'll go grab the flute, and we'll check mire first. That's either. Fuck. Really? Alright, well that was a plan that didn't work. Alright, well, shit. I guess we can still find... The bow is not instant... Oh, no, the bow is still going. Because we're at 6. My bad. Yeah, we're still in bow mode here. Plus, we have enough keys now to basically get through the game without buying any. You know, I think this is the... Why you do that? I gotta pick up the shovel, too. Like, you have to do this. You can't not do this, because you're here. Jesus. Alright, I guess we're going in. I guess that's gonna be our... That's our mode of winning here, is... That's gonna be our route. We're gonna do east. We're gonna finish Turtle Rock here. We find the bow, we just finish, and then we go do Eastern, probably. It's faster than... It's generally going to be faster than pod, you know, 9 times out of 10. If we find that... Wow. If we find the bow really fast, like in these front 3 checks, excuse me, I think we leave. If the bow is in the first couple of checks in here, I think we leave. Once we get past the chain chomp room, I think that's when we're committed to finishing Turtle Rock. But at that point and before, I think we leave because there's a much greater chance of... Like, Eastern's going to be faster in both ways. But we have to go there anyway. And I think... Oh, there is one problem with that, though. Oh, boy. The problem is, we have to go Dark World to get there. Because obviously we don't have the flute. Yeah, I don't know. It's almost, the discussion is almost moot because we're pretty much there. I think we have 9 keys. So we get to skip a few keys in the end, especially if we end up having to do, if we end up doing pod. We can definitely skip those. Without a doubt. We can skip a bunch of keys now. In fact, with 8... Yeah, I don't think we have to do either one. Alright, so at this point, we know that we can finish Meyer now. So the play is going to be just finish this and go do Meyer. I mean... really did not need to pick that up. Yeah, I think at this point we do this, we grab the flute, we go to Meyer. I think we're just gonna say fuck the bow. Should we just go? I think we're just gonna go. Yeah, we're just gonna go. It's not the way I want to do this, but at this point, hunting down the bow could be like on the smithy as well and shit like that. It's just not worth it. Let's just go. It's not worth it. Like, we could potentially save time, but we're probably not going to save time. It's not worth it. That's Ultros from Final Fantasy VI. It's Uncle Ulti. I have my Ultros themed PC. You see... Oh, you don't see him anymore. He's not there. We moved him. He got moved. He's on this wall now. My Ultros, the waves over... it's the waves over Katagawa, but it's Ultros instead. But yeah, I've got that. I've got Ultros shit all over the place. I love Ultros. Oh, you peed on the floor. Don't pee on the floor. I'd show you my Ultros themed PC, but can't do it at the moment. And I don't have the link to the PC part picker that has it. I don't have it handy. Let's just go grab that flute and just go. Why did I do the shovel? I had no reason to pick up the shovel. I really didn't. I was still thinking maybe the bow was going to be faster, but we're never going to turn that in. So, yeah, there was no point. I just wasted time. Take a hit there. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking there. That just doesn't make any sense. Wow, I don't think we're going to have a bonk game tonight. It's going to be close. It's going to be damn close. It's going to be real close. It really depends on how well the, I remembered this time. It really depends on how buried the big key here, because we're under 5 minutes, but that's still a lot of time. What is this? I really want this to be Quake. If this is Quake, we still have a good chance to win this seed. That means the book wasn't required, which means Hair Basement was required. Change that. It was 100% required because Logic said we needed to do 5-6 to get the Fire Rod before doing that. Never mind, book is 100% required. My bad. God, I'm almost tempted because I wonder with this mode if it's makes more sense to go left first. No, because then you end up hitting the switch. Yeah. I mean, it's not a low percent. There's, what, 8 chests in here? 6 of them can have the big key. So, and you get 2 shots at doing it quick. So, it's not like it's a... Really? Wow. That was hard required. $100% hard required. Shit. Well, we gotta take the risk on this one. Well, video will be easy. There are 3 people done right now. We could have been done by now if we didn't play like shit. Fuck, I'm gonna 50-50, and we gotta go all the way around to do it, and I'm not gonna do this. I'm glad we have the excess keys. Saved a little bit of time there. Not a lot. Jesus fucking Bowen. Bow behind. I mean, the logic on this seed is actually pretty remarkable. If this was an open seed, or, you know, something like that, the logic would be ridiculously funny. Our opponent could definitely be done by now. I wasted too much time. I don't understand why I picked up that shot. That's the one that I'm just like... I'm thinking back and like, that is the stupidest thing. That cost me 20, 30 seconds for literally no reason. And I have all the money in the world to spend here. 4 people are done. I think we're fucked. Unless those are 2 pairs. I would love that. Get my done typed in. And get my sniper no snipings out here. This will be done here in a moment. Looking at the clock, we are gonna get just over 15 minutes by like 20 seconds. Because we'll be done in like 20 fucking seconds. 25 seconds after the thing. So I can do a save quit, and then it's like 15 seconds of running. What did I say? Was it 1:19:25? Is that what I said? Or is it 45? What did I say? It was 1:09 something. It was 1:09 something. Well, it wasn't more than 45, so it's gonna happen. Yeah, I think it was 1:09:05 too. Alright, sniper no sniping. And we are wieners! Breakfast is served. Well, there's the bonk game. We got it in just under the wire. We are big, sloppy wieners. I'm going to fast forward through this so that we can get through these credits. I think I got a pair down based off my opponent, who I am not familiar with. Let me see where they're at. See if they're in the Meyer area yet. Oh, they're in the Meyer area. They're still looking for something, though. What are they looking for? They don't have bombos. Where the fuck was Bombos at? I thought Bombos was easy. Where the fuck was Bombos at? They're missing Bombos. So they're down in the mire area, but they can't get in. Oh shit! Where the fuck was Bombos at? Look at my VOD. Where the fuck was Bombos? Oh no, it was left side swamp. Oh no, it was left side. He's fucked. It was left side swamp. So this had a required Hera basement, had a required left side swamp, had required pedestal pole for the flute because the other go mode item was in mire. Did I miss anything? I think that was it. But yeah, that's pretty disgusting for this type of a seed. That's pretty disgusting. So, all right, let's get those bot guesses in. This is your last chance. Again, we're going to be back tomorrow at 8 o'clock Central. Do we have a restream? Let me look. They should have scheduled by now. Speed Gaming 2. So yeah, we have a restream on SG2, so we'll be muted and all that shit. So you won't get to listen to my pain and suffering. I'm sorry. So I have a really good idea what the number is. Oh, okay. I thought it was only 2. It ended up being 3. I thought it was only 2. Because I thought of the 2. What was the third? I guess I forgot. I thought I only counted the 2. Metzger gets an Exacxi. Let's update that leaderboard. And submitted. I don't remember where it was in Mire. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. Anyway, yeah. Yay. So, boys and girls, that's gonna do it for me. We still got another, month and almost, basically 2 full months, so plenty of bot games still to play. And that'll be that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to call it a night. Again, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central Time. So, in roughly, 22 and a half hours. So, oh, the bonk into mire. That's right. It's one you don't think of because you just always do it. That's a muscle memory one. Like, you don't think of the ones in GT. That's right. The bonk over the gap in mire. 100%. I forgot about that one. So, that's a muscle memory thing. So, but, like I said, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central. That's that. By the way, you notice I shaved. Shaved this off the other day. It's gone. It's all gone. It was like this much. I mean, it was like 6 inches long. I had to shave it. It was getting really difficult to manage, so. But, yeah, keeping the stash, though. Gotta keep it. Looks good. I like this. This actually looks good now. I like how this looks. So. Have a great one, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow.